This computer. All righty. Well, good morning, good evening, good late in the morning, whatever you're watching this. If you have interest in the Wheel of Life, or you don't know what the heck the Wheel of Life is, we're going to talk about that today with our guest, Linda Armstrong, who is a certified energy healer as well as a master certified law of attraction energy coach. So I love this topic of the Wheel of Life, and I want to know more about it. But before we do, I should introduce me. My name is Liz Garcia. I'm the founder and editor-in-chief of the mindbodyspiritnetwork.com. And I love to invite in really gifted intuitives and healers and alternative types of thought, thinkers, agents of change, visionaries, whatever. I can sniff them out like I can sniff out a really good meal, which I'm known for, by the way. I used to own a restaurant, and I'm like, I find the best places in town without just by the intention of that. So, yeah. So Linda, welcome.
Oh, hi.
And I want to hear more about the Wheel of Life. What the heck is it, and where did it come from?
Okay, so the Wheel of Life is a tool to see where your energy is in 8 different areas of your life.
And what are those 8 different areas?
Well, we've got spirituality,
yeah,
relationships, finances, emotional, mental. I'm losing track.
Is career part of that?
Career.
Family,
yeah, family.
And one more.
And one more, which is, I'm drawing a blank at the moment.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We can guess. Okay, well, all right. So you as a kind of energy worker, how do you work with the Wheel of Life, for example? What would you do?
Well, what it's great for is that it helps you to uncover like which areas of your life are lacking attention. And so in doing so, you can sort out, because sometimes you don't pay attention to it. You have so much focus on only your finances,
yes,
that you don't realize that you're totally lacking. Well, a lot of times when people are so focused on finance, they're lacking in their family relationship,
yeah,
right? So
things are health, probably.
Oh, that's another that was another one. Physical.
Health, right.
Physical. That was the 8th one. Yeah.
Hello.
So see, when spirit wants it to come through, it comes through.
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, this process, like the test part is it's fun because it just shows you pick out from 1 to 10 where you are in each one of these areas. And just by the comments that I put on there, you kind of get an idea. It's just an introduction to it in a fun way.
Okay.
And so that's just kind of fun. But when you get the actual 6-step process, you'll have the real wheel.
Okay, you know what? We're getting ahead of ourselves. So let's go back a second, because I noticed online that there's something called the Wheel of Life assessment, and that's what you're referring to. So you created a Wheel of Life assessment quiz, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so now walk me through the process. You're going to take the quiz.
Okay, you take the quiz, and then you get an outcome.
Okay.
3 different. Actually, it's the Eagle quiz, right? So it's you're either on the ground, not really getting anywhere too fast, or you're sitting in a tree, kind of like stuck in the tree.
Okay.
You're flying free flying.
You're using the eagle as a metaphor for where you're at.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the eagle is always known in Native American circles as the higher viewpoint.
Yeah,
right?
Closest. They can fly the highest, and they can see the furthest. So they're like the next thing to. They're
like the Buddha of the bird kingdom. They're Buddha.
They're a great totem.
Right. So if you're
a lot of support.
So if you're stuck on the ground as an eagle, you are way out of your element. Right?
Well, not necessarily, because it can be anywhere, but it's just a way of getting something across in a fun way with the eagle, right? So you're either on the ground, sitting in that tree. Do I go up? Do I go down?
Yeah.
Or you're like flying free, there's up there.
Okay. So when you take a look at this assessment, let's say you're going to look at this assessment for somebody and they're stuck on the ground, what's commonly going on there? Do you see a pattern?
Well, there's lots of different beliefs that will come in that are stopping them from moving forward that they may not even be aware of. I mean, that's really what it's all about. Okay. Or they're just too focused on one area, but you need to have all 8 areas to feel like really the whole thing is to bring in peace, love, and joy in your life throughout every day.
Okay.
No matter what's going on in that day. Like that's the intention, is to get yourself in that higher vibration where everything's going well. You're not like so focused on one thing, you never take time for your family. You don't see your parents in months. It causes friction in your family, right? Then that brings the other thing down. So when there's imbalance, it throws everything out of whack. Okay. And so the wheel of life, I don't know how much of the process I should say here. Does it matter?
Yeah, sure.
This wheel of life, what it does is shows you if you have a bumpy ride or a smooth ride. So if you're doing good in these areas, but all of a sudden you're not good in that area, and so you have like this, instead of a smooth wheel, you have this jagged shape. If you're actually driving a car with a wheel like that, what would that ride feel like, right?
No good. Or like a wagon wheel with a big chip in the side of one of them.
Yeah, you're going to get stuck somewhere. So that's like the metaphor, I guess, for the whole thing. But it really does work to find out what you're focused on. And then, do I want to go through the process a little bit?
In a second. I will prompt you for that. All right. So the wheel of life is just an objective, like, here's what's going on.
It's a way to look at things.
I'm happy with my big bump in the road or not. Right. And I think it's a good point to bring up, workaholics have issues. Hence the holic, end of the word. There's not balance there.
So, just a quick thing because it's coming through.
Yeah.
So if you're so focused on those finances and you have them, but you're not enjoying your life because you're always working for that money or whatever it is, that's not really good energy around money. And then some people may have a belief that, well, if I do that, I'm not going to have anything else. So I can't let myself have that much success, because if I have that much success, it means I'm going to lose my family. I'm going to be alone.
Right.
So there's different things that could come in that you're not even aware of that could be blocking you.
Yes. So before we get to your 6-step process, I want people to understand what you do. So you're a certified energy worker, and you specialize in theta healing and the gate method modality. And I want people to understand, like, you're pretty gifted in looking at this wheel of life, for example, and then digging deeper to say, okay, you got issues here, and then what's the belief that's going on that's keeping you stuck? So you're helping to see the roadblocks and shining a light on what the roadblock is, and you're finding many times that people had no idea it was there.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So
because we're so busy, we don't take the time to actually look.
Yeah.
It takes slowing down, being present, and looking at the different areas, and it's like an eye opener. It's like, wow, I didn't even realize I wasn't even putting any attention there.
Yeah.
And by not putting attention there, it's actually hindering these other ones that you think you're doing so well in. Like it can reverse the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So you, as an energy healer, you're getting information that's telling you where the blocks are, and then you're telling your clients, and typically they're like, oops, right?
Well,
I didn't know that.
It'll be uncovered through a healing session. Things will come up.
Okay. And then you have the ability to clear that energy with them, right? That's kind of what you're doing.
Absolutely.
So that then the road is clear and there's air in that third tire.
You get that nice rounded wheel.
Right.
Which means things are flowing. You can flow well in your life. Right?
Okay. So you have this great fun assessment, the Wheel of Life assessment that you're giving people, which you'll see below this video. And then you have what you've created is a 6-step process that, once you've got the results for your test, Linda has this other great little offering. It's a process that you can go through on your own. So tell us what that process looks like, Linda. and what people can expect, how it can help them?
Well, there's 6 steps. Some are a little more detailed involved than the others, and I break them out. And I'll even send you like a video each day that it tells you how to do it. So I've made it as easy as possible.
Nice.
For you to do this.
Cool.
And it starts with printing out the PDF file.
Okay, good.
There you go. We're like knocking down step 1.
Yes.
So basically you're going to like rate from 1 to 8 where you put your most attention. And then you're also going to put it on the wheel. So the two things kind of work together. And then I'm going to have you really visualize what you want in each area. So you're going to spend some time, you and your thoughts and your imagination, which is very powerful.
Yeah.
You're going to visualize what it is you want in that area. And then you're going to write it down, but not like I want, because, you'll keep wanting forever and ever because the universe gives exactly what you asked for. So it's like, I have this in my life now. And then you write what it is you have. And like, that's just one of the processes, just basically doing that. Just getting real comfortable in each area and really dreaming it up.
Okay.
What it is you want.
So it's a little kind of goal setting process or a vision board process. You're creating a vision for yourself and intentionally writing it down.
Right. So you're taking it out of your mind. You're putting it in the physical world by writing it down.
Cool.
Then you're going to look at what action steps you can take to create this in your life. Now, when you start looking at action steps.
Is this step 2 that we're getting to now?
No, actually, I skipped over a couple. First couple steps are easy. So.
Well, we don't have to do them all because we want people to get the PDF.
Yeah, I'm just kind of jumping around a little bit.
That's fine.
But you'll be guided to pick some action steps that you can take that will take you to actually living this desire. And as you're writing those down, I ask you to be aware of and also jot down the things that come in your mind as to why you can't do that. It's like this great idea, oh, yeah, I can do this. And then you're like, no, I can't do that. Well, why can't you do that? So you write these things down. So things will start coming up. And even if it seems like a silly thing that comes into your mind, it's telling you why you can't do it. That's a block.
Yeah.
So you start to uncover things that are blocking you while you're finding your action steps. 2 to 4 action steps.
Yeah.
So that's all you do like on that particular step. And then we're going to take it even further and the real magic comes in. I feel like, am I going to give away the whole thing? Is that okay?
Well, if you want to.
All right.
It's nice to have something. A lot of people want something in writing. They got to follow a step. So yes. Yeah. Whatever you want to do, Linda, you are wholly guided. You do what you want.
So basically, then you're going to get to the point after you have your action steps. You're going to ask yourself 2 questions. So whatever the action step is, you're going to ask yourself, what is the worst thing that can happen if I do take this step? The worst thing that can happen. Now, it makes you think. Because, you might be thinking, well, if I take this step, I'm going to be more successful. What could be the worst thing about that? But there's always, you want to dig deeper. I'm going to encourage you to dig in and say, well, what would be the worst thing about it? Ask the question and see what pops in. You might find that as you look at it, the worst thing that could happen about being successful is that I'd have to maintain that success, or I'd be afraid I wouldn't be able to do it again, or I could be a one-hit wonder. Like things can come up. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to uncover everything that can come up. So then you ask yourself also, what is the worst thing that could happen if I do not take that step?
Yeah.
So worst thing that can happen if I do, worst thing that can happen if I do not. And by asking those 2 questions, things will come into your awareness that you could then look at. Maybe something pops in your head. I remember my dad did something like that. I was 10 and it was a disaster. We had to move, whatever, who knows what the stories are. But things will come up to be cleared. So then you're going to have yourself like a nice little collection of these thoughts, ideas, beliefs, things. And you can just write them down. They don't have to make sense to you, because then if you hook up with me, I can make sense of all of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's where you come in, Linda.
Yeah, that's where I come in.
Like, what do I do with them now? It's like, I don't know.
But I do
very aware.
I do give you things you can do on your own.
Okay, cool.
So in the 6th step, I include another link to another PDF of mine that has in it many processes that you can use to do the work for yourself, and meditations that you can listen to that have that work on clearing blocks as well.
Yeah.
So I give you tools you can use for yourself, so you're not left hanging. And you can do this, because I do these things with myself all the time. It can be done.
Yeah.
You can do it. And if you have trouble with it, well, then I can always take it further.
Yeah. So I've witnessed your work, and I understand what you're doing, and I so appreciate the gift that you have, which not many people do. So if you want to kickstart this effort, I would definitely recommend a theta healing or a gate method healing with Linda or someone like her, because you'd be fascinated by what someone like Linda can see, like in the energetic blueprint of what's going on with you that's in the way, that you would be dumbfounded to find out. And I always think that I've got it going on and I know what's going on with me. And yesterday when I had a nice little session with Linda, my body was telling me, that's not true. So I couldn't deny what my body was telling me. And I think, even just one session with someone like Linda can get you moving a lot faster than trying to do it on your own. And I am like the queen of doing everything on my own. And I could have gotten a lot further if I had asked for a little more help, is the bottom line. So,
and the other thing is, you don't even have to, I could get the ball rolling for you, even just by having a session with me. So you kind of feel how to do it.
Right. You got to feel it.
And then maybe you can do it for yourself or not. You just take it from there.
Are you open to training people to do it themselves? Would that be a part of what you might want to do, or not necessarily?
I will be eventually, not right now.
Okay, that's fine. All right. So we're going to wrap it up here on our little topic of the Wheel of Life. And we're going to have a link to that Wheel of Life assessment test, and you'll see a bunch of eagles there. We want you to take that test because it's just plain fun. And then after you take the test and you get your results, and you might want to work through Linda's 6-step process, you're going to have to request that, and she'll send it to you in an email, and then she's going to have some fun videos that support you in that effort, right, Linda?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
All right. And then there's links all over the place where you'll be able to connect with Linda if you decide you'd like to schedule an appointment with her, or a coaching session, or a master certified law of attraction energy clearing. That sounds like a mouthful. Linda, I thank you so much for being a part of the network and being here. We love super healers.
Thank you for all that you're doing, Liz.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's fun. All right, honey pie. See you later.
All right. Bye-bye.